This man just saved anime, manga, games, and the internet as a whole within Japan, and the Prime Minister of Japan outright stated that she will not censor and have the internet censor fictional content, all in the name of Think of the Children. This is legitimately such an amazing moment and good news to cover, because it's the exact opposite of what we've been seeing in the last 8 to 9 months from Western countries. As we all know, in the last 8 to 9 months, censorship of the internet has been relatively worse, to where you have the UK putting these draconic laws to where, like, if you even post the wrong meme, you could be arrested for it. You have, age verification on Discord, Spotify, you have Microsoft, Minecraft, all sorts of random different apps, random different sites, forcing in age verification just to have an operating system. For instance, if you want to log into Windows, Linux, or whatever, you need to age verify yourself with face scanning technology or digital ID. We have seen the rampant invasion of privacy and censorship, and all these different companies, all these different governments, they are individuals that like to harp on and say the reason why we're doing this is because you need to think of the children, you need to protect the children. But everybody that's been paying attention knows it's not about that. It's about control. It's about gaining power over you, being able to censor you, know what you're doing at any given time, make money off you by selling your data, all sorts of other little things. But obviously, I don't want to retread everything I've already talked about. The reason why I'm even saying that is to give context to why this is such a big deal on what was said by Ken Akamatsu today, and how the Prime Minister of Japan straight up does not want to have enough regulation on the internet to where it legitimately destroys freedom of expression, speech, the ability to play games like they're supposed to be played, and just fictional content within manga and anime. The Prime Minister makes a hardline stance saying that they do not want to censor content. They do think that there needs to be regulation in terms of maybe helping kids understand how the internet is, but they don't want to straight up put forced age verification on every little thing and effectively just steal all your privacy away from you and become basically kind of like China. I think it's legitimately, it's amazing, honestly, to see the Prime Minister, the head honcho of Japan, making a stance like this. And this post from Ken Akamatsu is very important as well, because he's the one that brought this to light. For those that need much needed context on who this individual is, let me give it. So, Ken Akamatsu is a very legendary individual, honestly, within Japan, and I'm willing to bet you have heard of what he has done. Even if you don't know him now as a politician, I'm willing to bet you know what he's worked on. He has worked on stuff like this: Love Hina, Negima, and UQ Holder. Legendary stuff. Like, Love Hina alone is such a legendary manga that laid the path and bricks for so many manga afterwards within that niche and genre. He is a legendary author, and because of how impactful Love Hina is, you can still feel the effects and DNA in other manga works because of the inspiration of Love Hina. He is very important. He has a lot of love for anime and manga. He has a lot of love for the culture, and he is a person that also has done a lot of dark moments and what people nowadays in 2020s would consider problematic, icky content removed. He has written stuff like that within his manga. He is very well aware of freedom of expression within art, anime, manga, and just speech itself. And for a very long time, ever since he became a politician in the 2010s, he has been fighting for the freedom of expression, for anti-censorship of fictional content. It's been one of his big driving forces, and he is actually one of the big voices within the community, especially from Japan, that was giving the canary in the coal mine warning flags on what payment processors were doing to different manga sites within Japan. He was one of the main frontline fighters calling out Visa and MasterCard, censoring all these different doujin sites, censoring certain tags, censoring random manga, taking sites offline, bullying Japanese sites. He is someone that has been a massive voice fighting back against that, these overreaching Western companies trying to censor Japan. So he is someone that has always had this stance for a very long time, decades, fighting back against censorship of fictional content. So when he made this post today, it's incredibly important to understand why he made this. He's making this to reassure everyone that what the Prime Minister is trying to do is keep freedom of expression alive and well, uncensored, But the Prime Minister does want regulation, but regulation not as in verification of age through ID or face scanning, but verification as teaching children how to properly use the internet, or teaching children how dangerous the internet is. Actually trying to probably teach parents how to parent. It's just such an insane thing that seems just like an obvious solution that Japan is doing here that nobody in the West actually can follow suit with, because parents just are too freaking lazy and don't want to do their job. This is honestly an incredible post, and I'm just so happy to see Ken Akamatsu make this to reassure what the Prime Minister is trying to do for Japan, and also a straight up advocate for freedom of expression. And this has been very apparent that, Takaichi has been fighting for freedom of expression. I mean, about 2 months ago, it was announced that, she and Japan itself wants to kind of push anime to become a global market, as in keep it like it always has been, but wants its revenue and everything to increase exponentially and make it a major portion of Japan's economy and money inflow. Obviously, I'm simplifying that a lot, but she has been heavily trying to fight for authors to be free and do what they want to do with their works, and I think that is incredibly powerful, and it's definitely resonating with a lot of people within Japan, and I can definitely see why anyone would vote her into office after just seeing a few of these things that I've heard about her in the last few months. She is absolutely amazing to actually hear more about. So I'm just going to say in general, incredible news that I'm covering today. I'm just so happy to see this, because with a entire wave of non-stop bad news of just continuous censorship flooding in, I'm glad to see at least Japan has their head on straight and that they're doing the right thing. I mean, it makes sense because they're a nation that has always been pushed to censor content. I mean, for many, many years now, their media industry has been forced to censor stuff. I mean, like, let's think about, what payment processors have been doing to them. It's very apparent that they are probably aware of just the overreach of some of these Western companies and what they've been trying to do. So I think that them making this hardline stance to fight back against it is very reassuring. Now, I did do some brief mock-ups of, who Ken Akamatsu is for those that want to do. You can pause the video and read this for yourself of what he's commented on over the years or what he's associated with, like, for instance, Mongol Library Z. He's done a lot of things fighting for, anti-censorship and stuff. And this is also Takaichi, the Prime Minister. I have a little bit of a mock-up of who she is as an individual and kind of what she wants to do with censorship or regulation. And it really does showcase that what Ken Akamatsu is talking about, he's dead on the money. He's basically saying, yeah, she doesn't want to censor stuff. Don't worry about it. I'm someone that's a big advocate for this. And so him making this post shows he's putting his credibility on the line to say that, yes, she wants what's best for manga and anime, like, creators and stuff. So, yeah. I'll leave it at that, though. I wanted to talk about this. I thought this was very, very important. Probably some of the most important news I could cover today, because obviously, usually I'm covering some doom and gloom stuff, but this is actually some really good news. It's the continuation of anime trying to remain as it always is, as anime. Anime is made for the Japanese. Manga is made for the Japanese. Keep anime and manga Japanese. And it seems like that message is really ringing through as of late. But, I'll leave it at that. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot. Please leave a like on the video and comment down below, too, how you feel about all this news. But be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.